So welcome to Black Hat Hacking series. So in this video we'll cover about how to use the Trojans on the live internet. As in the previous videos, we have already discussed that how to use the Trojans, how to create the Trojans from the Ramcas, how to change their icons from the Telesti file binder, and how to bind it with other files, like PDFs and other files. Like PDF, you can bind with any file physically. You just need to download its icon from Ventrat and you can bind with a doc file, PDF file, or anyone, but the extension would remain exe. It will look like a doc, it will look like an Excel, it would look like a PDF, but in last it would be exe. Now the point is, the practical which we have performed last time, it was over the local LAN inside the VMware UNA controlled environment. That now we have to learn how to do that practical from the internet so that we can hack any person across the internet, whether he's sitting in Japan, whether in Singapore, whether the US, Canada, anywhere. So the requirement to do that is that we need a static IP, public IP. By default, what happens is the internet connections which we have in our home, they always have a dynamic IP. Whenever you restart your internet connection, your IP address change. And if you remember, if I go to Ramcas again, when we create a border, we type of our IP address here. So if your IP even change your Bailey, previously we have IP just of her private IP, which doesn't go over length on it. But if you put out your public IP here, that automatically change whenever you restart your internet connection. So if you, like for example, today your IP is 185.55.44.67. Suppose that's your ITRS, which your internet service provider gave you. I'll show you from a way how you can check your public IP as well. So if you put it here right now and you create a Trojan with this one, and you send it to people, maybe anyone who will double-click your file today itself, you'll be able to get his control. But tomorrow, if someone were to do click, your IP address will change, and you'll not be able to receive that victims. So what's the use of that? Nothing. What you want is the permanent access that the victims should keep on connecting to you, whether they'll click your file today, whether tomorrow, whether day after tomorrow, anytime. And we should remain their control in our hands. So that thing can only be done if our IP should remain constant. It should not change. So that thing, how we can do that is, we have two services over the internet. One is you can ever use a VPS. Either you can use a VPN. Now VPN have a lot of other uses as well, like to protect you on the internet, to protect your IP address, to protect your anonymity, to protect your privacy. So for that perspective, it's also used, which we will do later on in this series, that how you can be anonymous so that you'll not get caught. We'll do differently. But VPN, there are some VPN companies who also provide you a static IP as well. So VPN is also used for that perspective as. Let me explain you about these both. VPS is virtual private server, and VPN is virtual private network. So what's the difference between both of them? VPS is a computer or a server running somewhere and then on it. Like, there is a company, everyone is familiar with that, GoDaddy. GoDaddy.com. They provide website hosting, they provide sellers, they provide domain names. Like that, there are hundreds of websites basically who provide you web hosting, servers. You can also relate with them with the RT-fees. I hope you'll be knowing the RT-fees as well. RT-fees is a separate term basically, which we call it a remote desktop, but in the word of hackers, in the word of hacking basically, what people do is they buy hacked RDPs. Like, there are servers on which RDP is enabled, a remote desktop is enabled, and you can buy it in just $5 for $4, which I'll also show you later on. And they're not reliable. Because if you're using someone's computer, someone's hacked the computer, who hack another people, it's not reliable. Maybe they can shut it down, their computer, or maybe they farm out their computer. So you'll lose all your victims, you'll lose all your effort. So no need to use RTPs. Wouldn't remain focused on the VPS and the VPN. VPS is a computer running somewhere over the internet, which you buy legally. Like you are paying, for example, $15 per month for a computer, like this computer. This is my computer, and I will give you on rent. I'll put themes here, and I'll give you the control. This computer is running 24/7, and it have a static IP, which never change. So you can use my computer, and you can use it to hack anyone. You can use it to host your website. You can use for anything you want. Like I'm giving you my computer on rent for a whole month, 24/7, in just $15 a month. So that's kind of a concept to which you can think your mind, but it's not like a normal people who are selling their computers on rent, no. They're companies, basically, who create in bulk, like they have maybe 100 VPS, 100 computers, 200 computers they're getting on rent. They're basically giving it for website hosting. But we are the people who do not use it for website hosting, and we just use it for the hacking perspective. We just put a RAM cost there and we start hacking from there. According to me, VPS is more safe because you are not using your computer to hack. You are using another computer, somewhere running in Russia or China, to hack somewhere else. And its IP never change. So your IP is daily changing, doesn't matter. You have to collect to VPS, and from VPS you can collect who your victims, and from VPS you can hack any of your victims. So your IP is changing, doesn't matter, but the VPS IP is not changing. So that's the VPS, a computer running somewhere on Ventura, which you're buying over the rent. Now VPN is a software, basically through which you will be able to collect to a VPN company, and they will assign a static IP on your computer. So your static IP problem will be solved here. But in last, you will be using your own computer to hack, which is a little bit risky. I would say not risky, but I would say lesser safe than VPS. That you will be assigned a static IP, and then with that static IP you can create a address and you can send it forward to the people. And you are using your computer to control the victims. So I'll show you both of them, from where you can buy this type of VPSs and how you can use them on the VPN. So you can use any website, you just have to Google it, Windows VPS, and you will see hundreds, not thousands of websites to buy a Windows VPS. But for the hacking perspective, I would say buy Russian VPS, because Russia, cyber law is a little bit different, and they do not spy on you, and they do not give your information. Any country, like US, Germany, or European countries, they never give you your information. So Russian VPS or Russian hosting, Russian things are more better for the hacking, because you have less chances that they will give your information to somewhere else, to the US or to FBI or somewhere else. So if you go down to this website, they have plans. Like you have 1 cores of CPU, 256 megabytes of RAM, which is very less. Minimum, I think you should go for 2 GB of 4 GB minimum of RAM, 4 cores or 6 cores of CPU. I think minimum you should go with a master plan or Obear, or you can create your own as well. Like 4 cores of CPU, 4 GB of RAM, and 4 GB I think of a SSD, and that's it, and you can order it. You can pay from Visa and all that, and you just need to go forward, and that's it. This is the VPN and VPN Darknet. The VPN website, if you see, 100% safe it's saying, and no log VPN. You have to go to auto now. This is VPN. And in the first plan, they do not give you dedicated IP, so it's none of any use for us. From the second plan, they are able to give you their dedicated IP, which starts from $80 per month. So it's more cheap basically, but they're just giving you a static IP, not the whole computer. In the VPS, they're giving a whole computer to use even with a static IP. So you're using someone's computer, someone's static IP to hack forward. Here you're using your computer, but someone's given static IP to hack forward. So now I'll show you. I have someone's VPS, which is bought on the Profit server. Once you buy it, on your email you'll receive a login panel where you can put a username and a password. And loader. You have to go to Management, Virtual Machines, and you will see your VPS like that. I have bought Windows Server 2012, 4 GB of RAM, FUC, same plan. The last plan, Ober. I think it's $17 or $18, 4 cores. And that's the IP, your static IP of the VPs. It will never change. Now, if you think that you want to change the operating system, you can stop the server, you can start the server, you can even reinstall that lab like you want to Witu. Windows Server 2008 or 2012 is like Windows 7, so you can install them. It's simple to use. You can also install Linux on your server. And that's it, very simple. Now how you can connect to it. You will also I go to run MSTSE. Same IP, I have our IP here, and I click connect. You have to type administrator. And there will be a password given to you. This password would be given differently to you in your email. Let me check what's the password. I give the password. And you're erected to this computer. Now this is a VPS. Here, as you can see, we have a RAM pass here. We can start the RAM pass. We can bird a Trojan with this IP. And anyone where double-click on the Trojan, you will receive their control here on the server. From here, you can monitor your victims, hack your victims. So you are using a VPS to hack forward. In the next video, I'll show you that how you can create a ramcos files from the VPS and how you can send forward into anywhere across the world, and you can hug from the VPS as well. So I hope you like the video. So welcome to Black Hat Hacking Series. So in this video, we're going to cover about how to use that prudence over the internet on the real life and how you can hack into the people in the real scenarios to the VPS. So let's connect to a VPS, which we have bought from that Russian website. Go to run MSTSE. Here we can type the IP address of the VPS and we connect. You have to type administrator, or like this way, administrator, and the password, and shall not show you, and OK. And we are able to connect to our VPS part in Russia. So this is like a real computer, but which is running over the internet, which you have a public IP, to which we can even connect. And even any potion we will make from here, victim could also connect to it if the victim receive of a truth. So it have a public presence, which we did not have it on our main computer. So let's verify. I open the COM, I go to HUA, Dothnerk to check whatsoever IP address. Here even you can see it's the Rectrician Federation. That's our IP address. And it's running and rushing right now. Okay. So let's create a Proton from here. We open the ramcos. We go to ramcos loader. Click Launch. I accept. And here, we can go to first of all, same way, local settings. Remove everything. Maybe we can listen on 777. No password. We have it. On the BARDA, we have to give this IP address of a public IP 185, not 144. .29. Here it's 6. No 7, no 7, no password, and add. Installation will make it install. Stealth and visible, and we'll make a build. And we make it a VPS Hark. Or VPS Yuxi. I won't say that. So this is the file which we can send to anywhere in the world now. The previous spectacle of the Trojans which we have done, it was only specifically for your local LAN, where anyone in your room or anyone in your VMware, you can only hack it. But now we have a worldwide environment through the VPS, whether they send it to someone in Japan, in Singapore, Russia, US, Canada, any day I send this file to double-click will get their control. Simple. Like, I minimize it, and I send it to myself. This computer is right now running in there. If you can see, the VPS file is there. And if I double-click on the file, and let's see, on the VP is, we got a victim from India. Right? So you can right-click and you can see a screen and you can do anything you want. So that's half. If you can see how much easy it is to perform the same thing from the intermediate via the help of the VPS. Rest, what are the things you can do over your victim? You already know. We have covered them in that reason section, where you can right-click, you can go to the file manager and the keylogger, password recovery, microform, that cam capture, etc. So I hope you like the video that how to perform this operation from the intern. And any questions if you have, please ping me. Thanks for watching.